The city of Metropolis buzzed with its usual midday chaos, honking cars, hurried pedestrians, and the distant hum of helicopters overhead. An unearthly tremor shattered the routine. The ground cracked, windows shattered, and screams pierced the air as two monstrous figures emerged from the shadows of the towering skyscrapers, their forms a grotesque fusion of heroism and horror. In the heart of the financial district, Wonder Woman, once a beacon of justice and strength, had transformed into a nightmarish entity. Her iconic red, gold, and blue armor clung to a body now swollen with alien muscle, her skin rippling with a symbiotic red and black texture that pulsed like a living organism. A massive serpentine appendage coiled around her, its crimson scales glistening under the sun, tipped with a gaping maw filled with jagged fangs. Her glowing green eyes, once filled with compassion, now burned with feral rage. The golden W on her forehead pulsed with an eerie light, a twisted emblem of her corrupted power. With each thunderous step, she crushed cars beneath her feet, her long, slimy tongue lashing out to ensnare fleeing civilians. Blocks away, another abomination rampaged through the streets. The Hulk, the green giant known for his uncontrollable fury, had succumbed to a similar symbiotic curse. His massive frame, now a hulking mass of green muscle, was entwined with writhing red tendrils that mimic the roots of some alien vine. His eyes glowed a menacing red-green, and his mouth stretched wide, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. A long, dripping tongue whipped through the air as he roared, his fists smashing into buildings, sending glass and concrete raining down. The symbol of his former self, a faint outline of his shattered persona, seemed etched into the chaos of his new form. The two titans, once allies in the fight for peace, now faced each other across the shattered boulevard, their symbiotic enhancements driving them into a frenzied rage. The air crackled with tension as their roars echoed, a symphony of destruction that drew the attention of the world. Hours earlier, in a hidden laboratory beneath the city, a team of rogue scientists had unleashed an experimental symbiote strain, a derivative of the infamous venom. Intended as a weapon to enhance superhuman abilities, the symbiote had mutated beyond control, bonding with the DNA of the Justice League and Avengers members who had volunteered for the trial. Wonder Woman and Hulk, symbols of resilience, were the first to fall. Diana Prince had felt the change mid-patrol, a searing pain coursing through her veins as the symbiote latched onto her. Her screams turned to growls as her body warped, the Amazonian strength amplifying into something monstrous. Bruce Banner, already battling his inner Hulk, had no chance against the symbiote's influence, his transformation accelerating into a nightmare version of his green rage. As the symbiotes took hold, their minds fragmented. Fragments of their heroic past clashed with the primal instincts of the alien entities, creating a volatile duality. Diana's symbiote whispered of conquest, urging her to dominate the city, while Hulk's roared for destruction, a mirror to his deepest fears. By noon, the two had torn through their restraints, emerging into the daylight to wreak havoc. The military scrambled jets, but the symbiote's agility and resilience made them nearly invincible. Bullets ricocheted off their hardened skins, and missiles only fueled their fury. The moment their eyes locked, a primal instinct took over. Wonder Woman's serpentine form lunged, her tongue whipping toward Hulk with deadly precision. He roared, catching the appendage and yanking her forward, smashing her into a skyscraper. Glass rained down, and the building groaned, but Diana emerged unscathed, her symbiote regenerating the damage. She retaliated with a swipe of her clawed hand, raking across Hulk's chest, drawing a spray of green ichor. The street became a battlefield. Cars flipped into the air as Hulk hurled them at Diana, who deflected them with her coils, her strength a match for his. Pedestrians fled in terror, their screams mingling with the crunch of metal and stone. A young girl, trapped under a fallen lamppost, cried out, her voice cutting through the chaos. For a fleeting moment, Diana's green eyes flickered with recognition, her Amazonian compassion battling the symbiote's rage. But the symbiote won. With a snarl, she turned away, her focus returning to Hulk. He charged, his fists pounding the ground, creating shockwaves that cracked the asphalt. The two collided with a force that shook the city, their symbiotic forms entwining in a deadly dance. Red and green tendrils lashed out, binding and tearing at each other, a grotesque ballet of power and pain. As the battle raged, a small team of heroes Batman, Iron Man, and a reformed Black Canary arrived on the scene. They watched from a rooftop, analyzing the symbiote's weaknesses. Batman's detective mind pieced together the lab's involvement, while Tony Stark's suit scanned the creature's biology. They're linked to sound frequencies, Tony deduced, his HUD displaying data. High-pitched sonic waves disrupt the symbiote bond. Black Canary nodded, her canary cry ready. But the challenge was getting close enough without becoming targets. Below, Hulk slammed Diana into the ground, his roar shaking the air. She retaliated, her coils wrapping around his neck, squeezing with relentless force. Dinah stepped forward, her voice rising in a piercing scream. The sound wave hit Diana first, causing her to stagger, her symbiote writhing in pain. Hulk, caught in the blast, roared in agony, his red tendrils loosening. For a moment, Bruce's human eyes surfaced, a plea for help breaking through. Seizing the opportunity, Batman fired a grapnel line, pulling the trapped girl to safety. Iron Man unleashed a targeted sonic pulse from his repulsors, weakening the symbiotes further. Diana's form shuddered, and a fragment of her voice, soft, regal, emerged. "Help me." The heroes pressed the attack, coordinating their efforts. Dinah's cry intensified, and Tony adjusted the frequency, aiming for precision. The symbiotes began to peel away, black and red tendrils retracting like dying vines. Diana collapsed, her human form re-emerging, battered but alive. Hulk followed, Bruce gasping as the green faded, his body trembling. The street fell silent save for the distant wail of sirens. The heroes gathered around their fallen comrades, hope flickering amid the ruins. Diana's eyes opened, filled with tears. I couldn't stop it," she whispered. Bruce, leaning on Batman's shoulder, grunted. "Neither could I, but we're still here." As the military cordoned off the area, the heroes vowed to destroy the symbiote strain. The lab was raided, its creators arrested, and the surviving samples incinerated. Metropolis began to heal, its skylines scarred but resilient. Diana and Bruce, haunted by their ordeal, trained with the team to prevent future possession. The bond between them deepened, a testament to their shared struggle. The city whispered of the day the heroes fell and rose again, a story of redemption etched into its concrete heart. In the quiet of the night, as the moon rose over the repaired streets, Diana stood on a rooftop, her lasso gleaming. She whispered a prayer to the gods, a promise to protect her world, human and symbiote alike. As the sun climbed higher, a new threat emerged not from the streets, but from within. Diana clutched her head, a sudden vision flashing before her eyes. The symbiote lab, its walls pulsing with red veins, and a shadowy figure orchestrating the chaos. Her breath hitched as the image faded, leaving a lingering whisper in her mind. "We are not gone." Bruce, sensing her distress, gripped her arm. "What did you see?" His voice was rough, still adjusting to his human vocal cords. "A remnant," she replied, her voice steady but laced with concern. "The symbiote, it's left a trace in us." Before they could delve deeper, an alarm blared from the headquarters control room. Batman's voice crackled over the comms. "We've got a signal underground near the lab's last known location. It's active." The team mobilized swiftly. Iron Man's suit whirred as he scanned the area, detecting a low-frequency pulse emanating from the subway tunnels beneath the city. Black Canary adjusted her earpiece, ready to unleash her cry if needed. The descent into the darkness was tense, the air growing thick with an unnatural hum. The tunnels revealed a nightmare. The lab, once a sterile facility, had transformed into a cavernous hive, its walls coated with symbiotic tendrils that writhed like living roots. At the center, a pulsating mass of red and black pulsed, a new symbiote queen birthing smaller entities. The shadowy figure from Diana's vision materialized, a scientist named Dr. Elias Vorn, his body partially fused with the symbiote, his eyes glowing with manic intent. "You thought you could destroy us," Vorn hissed, his voice a chorus of alien tones. "We are evolution. You will join us." Hulk's rage surged, but Bruce held it back, his fists clenching. Diana drew her lasso, its golden light cutting through the dimness. The team sprang into action. Iron Man fired repulsors, blasting tendrils apart, while Canary's cry shattered the smaller symbiotes. But Vorn's power grew, his form expanding into a towering monstrosity, its tendrils lashing out with deadly precision. Diana charged, her lasso wrapping around Vorn's arm. The contact burned, the symbiote recoiling from the lasso's truth-seeking magic. "Release them," she commanded, her voice a thunderclap. For a moment, Vorn's human eyes flickered, but the symbiote's will overpowered him, and he flung her against the wall. As the fight intensified, Diana and Bruce felt the symbiote traces within them stir. Visions flooded their minds, memories of their rampage, twisted by the symbiote's glee. Diana saw herself crushing innocence, her Amazonian honor stained with blood. Bruce relived every roar, every punch, the guilt amplifying his Hulk persona's anger. But within the chaos, a spark of resilience ignited. Diana focused on her sister's teachings, strength through love, not destruction. Bruce recalled Betty Ross's gentle voice, anchoring him to his humanity. Together, they channeled their willpower, pushing the symbiote remnants into submission. Their eyes met, a silent agreement forming. With a synchronized effort, Diana hurled her lasso toward the Queen Mass, while Bruce unleashed a controlled Hulk punch. The lasso's light pierced the core, and Bruce's strike shattered it. A deafening screech filled the cavern as the hive collapsed, tendrils disintegrating into ash. Vorn, severed from the Queen, fell, his human form crumpling as the symbiote dissolved. The team emerged from the tunnels as the sun dipped below the horizon, the city bathed in a golden glow. The symbiote threat was vanquished, but the cost was etched into their souls. Diana and Bruce knelt beside Vorn, his final breaths a confession of his ambition to transcend humanity. "I wanted to save us," he gasped, "but I lost myself." Diana placed a hand on his shoulder. "Redemption begins with understanding," she said softly, her voice carrying the weight of her own journey. Back at headquarters, the team debriefed. Tony analyzed the remnants, confirming the symbiote strain was eradicated. Canary smiled, her confidence restored. Batman, ever the strategist, proposed a global alert system to detect future threats. That night, Diana and Bruce stood once more on the rooftop. The city lights twinkled below, a testament to its endurance. "We're stronger now," Bruce said, his voice steady. Diana nodded, her gaze firm. "Together, we'll face whatever comes." Unbeknownst to the heroes, a single symbiote spore drifted on the wind, carried far from Metropolis. It landed in a remote forest, burrowing into the soil, waiting. The battle was won, but the war for Earth's soul had only begun. The story of the symbiote siege would be told for generations, a tale of fall and redemption, of heroes who faced their darkest selves and emerged anew. And as the stars emerged, Diana whispered a vow to protect her world, no matter the cost.